So one of my recent client questions is, hey Flossie, how can I feel better while affirming? Well, if that is something that you're struggling with and you want to know what to do, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spilling the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I am the funniest, wittiest mindset coach here on YouTube. If you would like one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below, as well as links to Nikki's mindset shifting sessions and her coaching, and our phenomenal VIP group where it is group-based coaching where you get to see us go live once a week, ask your questions. It's legit, and like our own mini Vegas. Whatever happens there stays there. And if you would like to test it out, you can get a 7-day free trial where you'll get to experience it live, see some replays that we have, and there's some amazing things that you get when you're a member of the VIP group. More details to come. But without further ado, my calendar. You know I love my calendar. So what's this? Yeah, say hell yes to new adventures. Yeah, all the shit that you're gonna get when your manifestations get here, period. Why? Because you're powerful as fuck. We all know that. And then this is, hold on, let me fucking overthink everything. Yeah, the few handful of you that are overthinking, overanalyzing, dissecting your manifestation with a microscope strong enough to see, I don't know, like little microbes, get over that shit. Get over that fucking shit, period. Stop overthinking everything. It really doesn't help you or your journey. So, and then, yeah, this is where shit gets fun, when you're getting all your fucking shit that you're manifesting. So, back to the topic at hand, how to feel better while affirming. There's many things that you can do. A lot of times during the affirming process, it can feel sometimes a little stressful, overwhelming. Maybe you're experiencing anxiety, emotions connected to whatever it is that you're affirming for. There's a few things that I can suggest. Number one, you can affirm with an emotion. And no, for the Karens in the back, I'm not saying that you have to feel it real. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is you're going to add an emotion to your affirmation. Why? Because number one, it can be how you would tell a friend. How would you tell a friend if you were talking on the phone that you had your manifestation? I'm so happy that I have a ton of money. Or I'm so happy that I can buy whatever the fuck I want. Or if manifesting an SP, you might say, I feel so loved in my relationship with SP's name. I feel so peaceful in my relationship with SP. I'm so happy in this relationship with SP. He treats me like a diamond. He, she, whatever, gender of your choice. So those are ways that we tell friends when we're excited. And one of the things that we say about affirming is what? Say it like you would tell a friend. How would you tell a friend if you had exactly what you wanted? Use words that are natural to you, right? And so if you're using words like you would tell a friend, your brain is going to do what? Buy it quicker. The other thing is that if you affirm something with an emotion, so if you say, I'm so happy in this relationship with SP, or I feel so loved in this relationship, peaceful, content, complete, words of your choice. If you're affirming those type of things, what you're going to do is by the repetition of the affirming, you are going to start to generate that emotion when you're saying those affirmations. You are going to start to feel loved, happy, content, complete, peaceful, whatever it is that you choose to affirm, you will start to feel that way. So when you're affirming for the specific person and you're saying, you know, I feel so peaceful in this relationship, you're going to start to feel peaceful when you're doing the affirming. You will feel better during the affirming process. But another hidden bonus is because you've trained your mind and body to feel that emotion while you're affirming, guess what? When you're feeling upset and you start to affirm that affirmation that you've now trained your mind and body to feel that emotion, you're going to start to feel that emotion. So if you're feeling all irritable or sad or whatever, triggered, and you start affirming, I feel so peaceful, content, and complete in my relationship with SP, or I feel so loved in this relationship with SP, etc., you will feel the peaceful, content, complete. You will feel what it feels like being loved. You don't have to feel it real. It's all just about making this process more enjoyable for you. So that is one trick that you can do. Check that out and see how it works for you. The other thing is that you can change your affirmations to ask-firmations. Why? Because your brain sees it differently when you ask a question versus saying a statement. So if you say, I'm a millionaire, Your mind might not buy that. It may reject it. Felicia might get activated and have something to say. You know, Felicia, she's your ego. She's Felicia when she's being your homie. She's Felicia when she's acting a fool and disagreeing with you. So they've done muscle testing and they've had people put their arm straight out and say a statement like, I'm a multimillionaire. Someone will push on it, arm goes straight down. But if they say, why am I a multimillionaire? Guess what? The arm stays strong. It doesn't go down. The body doesn't have resistance to that. And interestingly, I think that there's a connection in between asking a question and manifestation. Because if I was saying, why is SP so madly in love with me? Why is my relationship with SP so perfect? The brain the brain body isn't going to generate the resistance because it doesn't really feel like I'm stating an absolute fact, but it still buys what I'm saying as real. And I think that it'll actually manifest proof to you why that's true. So if you're saying, why is my relationship with SP so perfect? Not going to feel anxious, not going to feel the resistance. Brain is still going to see it as you like saying some sort of fact, but now you're going to manifest proof as to why this relationship is so perfect. So a lot of people do like the affirmations. Try that and see how it is for you. You can also do EFT tapping. I talk about that quite a bit. It literally was in my master's program where they had people participate in a double-blind study with EFT tapping versus cognitive behavioral therapy. And what they found when they did brain scans, you know, it actually made permanent changes in the brain. It lowered their stress level of cortisol, which is a stress hormone. It lowered that level in the body. And it had actually the same impact of doing, I think, EFT for like 8 weeks versus 6 months of cognitive behavioral therapy. And so it makes you calmer, makes permanent changes in the brain, aka if you're affirming and persisting for what you want while you're tapping in those affirmations, guess what? You're now creating new neural pathways with the assistance of EFT while you're calming yourself, while you're reducing your stress level hormone. And therefore, I think your brain does a buy-in faster because it's kind of like, oh, you know, there isn't a whole lot of, you know, you're not overcoming you have the assumptions that are maybe hardened into fact, but while you're affirming and persisting doing the EFT, you know, you're not having this anxiousness, your mind isn't racing, you're forming these new neural pathways. You see what I'm saying? You're feeling calm about it. And I just think that your brain does a buy-in faster. Now, how you tap in affirmations, use the Faster EFT Tapping by Robert Smith that Sammy Ingram, as you guys know, I'm one of Sammy's coaches, but she has videos on it. And so it would be like, SP's madly in love with me. 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 You take a deep breath in and you let it go. So you're tapping on the meridian points, inner eye, outer eye, under the eye, clavicle, and holding the wrist. There you go. And you would just repeat those cycles. So you can do EFT tapping. You can also rampage. Put yourself in feeling powerful by rampaging. Rampaging is basically just kind of saying your affirmations out loud with authority, using words of flair, getting excited, and stating it as if it is like literally a fact. SP's madly in love with me. SP literally blows up my phone 24/365. They think about me morning, noon, and night. They can't stop thinking about me. I'm all they think about. They literally fucking worship the ground I walk on. Period. Facts. They love being my boyfriend, husband, partner. They literally can't get enough of me. I'm the ideal woman and they know it. I'm fucking kryptonite, hardcore facts. Like whatever it is that you want to say, you can rampage your self-concept for manifestation abilities, but just rampage and feel a little bit better. The other thing is do an activity while affirming. So you can be distracted by the activity, get out some of that energy, do some walking, do some cleaning, pacing, exercising, whatever, while you're affirming, get out some of that anxiety that you're feeling, resistance that you're feeling, whatever emotions, plus, you know, exercising releases endorphins to make you feel better, right? But do an activity while affirming. You're going to be distracted by the activity, but your mind is also going to be focused on the affirming. Probably not going to be as resistant or as anxiety provoking. Why? Because it's just one of those things. Your mind is doing one thing while you're thinking about something else. There's enough distraction with the activity to where you can affirm and not necessarily be fully focused, but you're still affirming. Hopefully you get the drift there. Anyway, one of the things I do is I use a counter. I'll do an activity, use a counter while affirming. Keeps me focused on affirming, but I find that my affirming is much more effective. See, one of the things here is that the more you affirm, usually the better you feel, because you feel better about your manifestation. So if you can get over that hump, over that issue that maybe you're having right now about not feeling good while affirming, by doing some of these tricks, doing some of these tips, like basically, what is manifestation? You change your dominant thought and assumption by repetition of thought, and the 3D reality conforms. However you do that repetition of thought is up to you. But you can do some tools in your toolkit in order to help feel better during the process, so that you get to where you need to go feeling better and a little bit faster. So the more you affirm, the more you're going to feel better about your manifestation. Usually the cleaner your mental diet is. You can do robotic affirming. Some people find robotic affirming throughout the day to be very effective for keeping their mind focused on what they want and to feel better about affirming. You can literally go general and robotic affirm with a blanket affirmation, like everything in my life is perfect. Isn't it wonderful? I'm the woman who has it all. I always get what I want. I feel more loved than ever. I'm the happiest I've ever been. You can choose the emotion affirmation that you have for SP. I feel peaceful, content, and complete in my relationship with SP. I feel safe, secure, loved, and supported in my relationship with SP. Whatever it is that you're affirming, of how you tell a friend but has an emotion tied with it, so that you go back to feeling that way whenever you're affirming it. And lastly, like I was saying, the more you affirm, usually the better that you will feel about affirming once you get over that hump that sometimes you have to overcome. Not everybody has it, but if you're experiencing that, don't worry. It's not exceptionally unusual, and it does pass. This irritation with affirming literally does pass, but having a routine and then keeping a clean mental diet and putting in the work to affirm is a big help. It actually is. It's like one of those things that if you're starting to exercise, initially it kind of sucks. But what is the deal? The more you go to the gym and the more that you exercise, what happens? The easier that it gets and the more that you enjoy it. It's the same thing with affirming. So create a routine where you're affirming for each topic for 5 to 10 minutes, 3 times a day. Try to give each the same amount of time to each topic. So like 5 minutes manifestation abilities, 5 minutes self-concept, 5 minutes SP, 5 minutes money. There you go. 20 minutes, 3 times a day. That's 60 minutes. Big deal. Not a big deal, obviously. Keep a clean mental diet, do some robotic affirming, maybe do some affirming with, the activity, the counter, the EFT tapping, rampaging, ask formations, and then adding that emotional element, not because we're going to feel it real, Karen, that bitch can sit the fuck down, but because we're going to make it more natural for us and do something that we know is going to evoke emotion while we're affirming, so that we're feeling better during the process. And then also, when we get triggered, we can do that and have our body come back to feeling that amazing feeling that we got used to. So I'm hoping that all these tips are useful to you. Today was just an educational video, not a bunch of obnoxiousness and flair that you normally see from me, but I can't guarantee that the next video that I won't be as obnoxious as fuck, because we all know that that's usually how I am. So negative thoughts, just keep putting those bitches in the owl. This bitch is always hungry for the bullshit. Tell Foolisha in your mind to sit the fuck down, quiet that bitch with your affirming. And what do you want to do? Just GYS, get your shit. So until next time, I'll talk to you later.